Hi, welcome to Smart Home Sunday. Adaptive lighting or lighting automation, I'm at a little bit of a loss what to call this now, because I at first was looking for an adaptive lighting solution for Home Assistant, something to plug in and it just magically does everything. Well, if you've been following along, you'll realize I haven't found that solution. So no, nothing is happening magically and automatically. What I'm going to try and do instead is set up a schedule. So it'll be kind of an automation routine that'll run the same routine every day and behave in a very consistent way. Because what I've realized when I start to look at lighting and ideal lighting for health and mimicking the natural best patterns for your body throughout the day, I really can't rely on the sun outside here in Finland. Winter, there's hardly any. During the summer, there's lots. Here's a great article. I'll put both these links that I'm going to show you below. This one, it's actually from about 3 years ago, 2018, an engineering technology article. And this diagram here shows you quite effectively what I'm trying to achieve. So in the morning, as you wake up, high intensity cool light. Then throughout the day, keep the alertness going. Again, high intensity, but more of a white light, so mimicking daylight. And then as the afternoon continues, start to take up the blue. So you end up with a warmer light. Into the evening, lowering the light and trying to remove as much blue as possible. And then as you start to feel sleepy, if you do need to stay up later, like I seem to always do, no blue light. Dim the lights down. And of course, when you're sleeping, darkness. Now we have the blackout curtains and stuff like that to make it completely dark during the night. It definitely helps. But now I'm trying to figure out how the lighting system should work, and this diagram is a good way to think about this. So I've drawn one. If you have a look here at the clock, there's the clock. This is what I'm going to try and do. I want every day to be the same, all year round. The 2200, so this is 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. That's the usual bedtime for, when I start to think about going to bed and when Yannick does go to bed. The 5:30 in the morning, well, that's kind of the earliest that someone might wake up. So that's why I have already at 5:30 the energy, the blue light, the high intensity light already starting. And then up through to midday, the intensity of that blue light starts to fade through to the afternoon, which is more of the warmer yellows, and then the sunset colors around 6 p.m. And then basically from 6 p.m. through to 10, it's dimming down, changing the color more towards red. And then basically from 10 p.m. through to 5:30 in the morning, that would be a red. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of the plan I have. It might seem quite simple, and well, that's what I'm trying to do. I want to keep this simple. And with my first implementation for this automation and the scheduling, I'm actually going to go ahead and use Philips Hue scenes. Why not? I'll start there. So I'm looking at Home Assistant Node Red, and I'm looking at using Node Red to just trigger Philips Hue scenes, depending on the time of the day. So, in basic terms, it'll look like this. Energize, I'll have that operating from 5:30 through to maybe about 10:30. Then concentrate. Then we'll move through in the afternoon to the read scene. Then relax, 6 o'clock through to 10. Then we'll just dim the lights down, and then through the middle of the night, a night light. Right, so this shows part of the story, but not everything, because here you can see obviously the colors that I'm going to change, or the scenes I'm going to use. But of course it's worth mentioning that it's not just about color. I want to make the brightness also change across the day. So if we think about waking up in the morning at 6 a.m. or 5:30, we might have kind of a 80% brightness. So it might be energized light, but I want about 80%. And then we'll wind that up so we get up to the 100% at around about the kind of 10 a.m. mark. And throughout the whole day, we can keep that intensity right up there. But as we start to get around to 5 p.m. and 6 p.m., we start to bring that back down again. And then as we get into the evening, we start to really kind of wind down the intensity of the light. So dimming the lights down, and then after 10, I think, we're already right down to a 10%. Then from about midnight, we start to look at something like a 2%. It's really just like a night light. It's enough that you can see if you happen to wake up in the middle of the night and need to go for a walk somewhere. But this is the plan. And this is what I'm going to try and implement with Node-RED in Home Assistant, integrated and connected to Philips Hue. So send your command to Philips Hue to say, select this scene, select this brightness, and depending on what time of the day it is. I do need to think about manual override as well. So come along for the journey and let's see how this goes. I don't mean to create a whole new adaptive lighting solution. It's just the ones I've tried. They haven't done everything I wanted, so I'm going back to basics. I'm going to try this out, and let's see how it goes. So, thumbs up if you're in for the ride, and I'll continue with this next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.